Okay. All right, guys, welcome back. We got another one today that's crazy. We're gonna hack this ad, and it's a crazy ad. So if you've got like a really niche down service or some sort of, kind of off the wall product, this one's gonna be for you. This is interesting, and I have a lot of positive things to say about, so I'm not trying to start out negative, but let's unpack it right after this. All right, welcome back, guys. This one I plugged, and I'm actually shocked by this one, but I have a lot of positive things to say about it. So let's pop it up on the screen and take a look here. Just let it sink in for a sec. So this one is so wild. For one, this ad stopped me because I felt like, for one, this is just great that this small business individual person put all this together and is running this ad. I cannot say enough about how good that makes me feel, because here's the deal, guys. If you have a business and you want to grow, you got to have paid advertising. There's no significant company or business in the world that hasn't really paid to advertise in some way or another. And I know there's some people out there that be like, what about Tesla? They don't run ads. I call bullshit on that, because they do all those big expensive events and reveals and all that stuff, and that requires a lot of money. And yeah, they get free press and placement and all these YouTubers and everything else, but that's very well thought out, and it still isn't no advertising, okay? So I'm not even gonna hear that. Now, yeah, they don't run car commercials and stuff on TV, fine, but they got another angle they're playing. It's still advertising, okay? So I don't wanna hear that. Forget about all that. This Madam, I guess that's Madam V, or maybe that's a Roman numeral, but I'm gonna call it Madam V. She has got, and I actually like this ad for a couple of reasons. One is I think it's visually pretty interesting. It's just there's so much crazy stuff going on here that it definitely caught my eye. So it does well on the sort of visually catchy side. She has a pretty austere look, which she clearly picked that picture. I think there's a lot of text here just on layout. I mean, maybe this might be where I start to criticize a little bit. I think she could have been bigger, or a bigger part of the image. Or again, and we've talked about this before, one thing this is not doing well is showing us outcomes, right? We're showing what we're getting. We get to talk to this lady, but we don't show what we get. I would say the other challenge to this one would be, can we figure out a way that we would show the outcome of having fresh insights for 2024? Like, what would that look like? Because that's kind of a question we need to ask for all of us who are advertising. Like, if you buy the thing, what does it look like when you own it, right? And we've done some other ones like that where they clearly show what the feeling or what the post-purchase is, the outcome, right? So we're not doing that here, and that's where this one is a good study in, it's a small advertiser. Again, round of applause for advertising even when you're a small business. Obviously put this together, it's in flight and it's running, so did all the things to get it going, but we missed some of what I would consider basic opportunities here, which is if somebody has fresh life insights for 2024, what does that mean? What does that feel like? What do they look like? Where are they going? Are they on top of a mountain? Are they hands up high? Are they smiling? Are they happy? Are they with the friends and family? Are they engaged with their children? Are they doing better at work? I don't know the answers to all that, but I could think of a million ways that we could show that probably, okay? And then this was a holiday ad, right? We got little snowflakes here. I'm not sure that was necessary, but they're trying to Christmas it up, I guess, maybe like a present or something. A little debatable on all that. But this is what you get. You get, and she says it clearly right here, get fresh life insights for 2024. So that's what you're gonna buy. So it wins on clarity, but it loses on showing outcomes. Like, if I get that now, and maybe there's some implications of that, but I still think the picture should show visually when we're dealing with display ads. We really want to show what the outcome is like, okay? But this is specifically to a certain audience, and that audience, probably understands a little bit more of this than maybe I do. And then there's this explosive call to action down here. Click now to order. So I guess maybe it's an online thing, like she does, you fill everything out and then you get back your insights. I'm not really sure how that part works, but this is definitely like a get it now type of ad. I think the other thing that was probably missed on this one, and I'm not sure how well it's converting. I kind of doubt this is converting well. I think if you're going to do that and it's Christmas, you should have had a deal on it. There should have been some sort of deal, like get holiday special, get 40% off, or holiday special, buy one now and you get your summer mid-year update for free, right? That would have been a great way to tactically deal with this, which is to basically offer a BOGO, but to do it at, again, in 6 months with that person so that you can create some repetitive engagement with that customer. So you buy today and we're going to give you another one in 6 months, a checkup or a redo or an update, right? Free update mid-year. That would have been good. It's a soft cost, not a big deal, more value, a little bit of a Christmas offer. So I think they kind of missed here with not having a, like I would say, like an actual offer in this, what is basically a direct offer ad. So there's not really a deal here. So either she's really famous and I know nothing and people are willing to pay full price, or what I'm saying is maybe true, which is they kind of missed some stuff here. But I like looking at this ad because it's not a big advertiser. It's not, Chevy, it's not McDonald's, it's not Walmart. She doesn't have $100 million worth of people behind her figuring out the copy and the pictures and all this stuff. But this is us, right? This is small businesses working on advertising and getting better. So it's a great ad for us to look at and say, okay, nice work. It looks fairly professional. There's some stuff going on here, but again, some of the psychology is a little broken. I think there's a lot of text here, and I know from doing these ad sets too, is that this, I give you guys, we look at the squares because it's easy on the show here, but this thing's got to be put into all sorts of other ribbon banners and skyscrapers and stuff, and getting this text to work in that environment is definitely tricky. So I'm sure the other layouts were difficult, if not even a little illegible. So, but we're not going to talk about that, but just consider that too, right? Like 3 to 5 words. That's our other rule with advertising. It's just a lot of shit going on here. There's just so much to read in this little teeny thumbnail. And I think, like, if we spent more time in this ad, we would try to get it down to just this: get fresh life insights for 2024. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6 even sort of breaks the rules. So we need to clean this part up. And then I guess the private part, I think I would just done that in the badge, like somewhere, and been like 100% confidential somewhere, and then just gotten rid of all that crap out. Just get rid of that. And then here's another thing on this I'll say, now that we're really getting into it, I'm seeing all sorts of stuff. I really like this one because I want to celebrate small business owners that are taking a stab at this. So part of me having this on the show is that I want to recognize that this is where we all start. I mean, I ran ads like this 10, 12 years ago. They were just not put together very well, but you know what? Some advertising is better than none. More people know about Madam V now than before she ran the ad. So it's not a total loss, it's not a waste of time to try, but it could be refined, right? Now here's where I was going with all that. Is it important to have her name there? Or is this her logo? Or like, what's the deal? Or is she famous, right? Like if you're famous and everybody knows you and you got like kind of a big wig, then your name is powerful and that's a good thing to use for leverage. But if you're like kind of an unknown, this is where ego can get a little tricky. And we used to have this problem on websites, right? Where the client would be like, oh, I want the logo. I want a big logo. Put her name, like it's not big enough. My logo's not big enough. And I say, hey man, your logo's not gonna sell anything. Nobody knows anything about you. Your brand mark isn't worth $2. People are only gonna buy from you because you're gonna talk to them and be relevant and show them what they're gonna get, what the benefit is. The logo is not gonna do any of those things. So this is kind of that same trap here, which is like this gigantic thing, Madam V. Like, I don't give a shit about Madam V, and you probably don't either. I do care about having insights into my life though. We all do. So if you look at the balance of the text here, this ad suddenly became about her and not about the customer, the client, the person, you and me, the buyer. And this is a trap that a lot of people fall into. So you got to be really careful with this. If your ads are about your company, they're crap. Your ads need to be about your customers' transformation, their journey, their challenges, their pain, their outcomes, their conquests, their experiences, what they're getting. Not about the company, not about the person, not about not about this, Madam V. Nobody cares about Madam V. They do care about this. So if you took, like, imagine we just took all this crap out of the middle of this ad and made this thing bigger, get fresh life insights for 2024, and then like 100% confidential private reading. Maybe would have just been a little thing at the bottom, like maybe down here. And then I don't even know, like, does she need to be in the picture, or is it a picture of somebody who has this awakening about their lives? Like, what is that, you know? So lots to do here and watch out for. There's some pitfalls that this ad really illustrates, which is why I wanted to have it up. But also the best thing about this ad is that it exists and that this woman is marketing her business in the best way that she knows how, and that, you know, it's gaining some brand awareness and opportunity for her to learn and grow. So I'm all for it, but I want you guys to see a little bit about what can be done better and some of the cautionary tales that we unlock from decoding this one, which is be careful with the brand mark. It's not the main spotlight of the show. Your customer is. Focus on your benefit and your outcome more than anything else. If you're gonna have a deal, maybe just have a deal. Figure out how to do a soft cost deal or something. If you're gonna go 0 to 100, put some significant value on the table besides this, which is, you know, a little bit vague. To the right people, I'm sure it's interpreted as awesome, but for a lot of us, and I think, like, if you're gonna advertise and you're like this business, one of the things you're trying to do is expand your customer base. Like I would imagine that this woman probably has like loyal people that come to her all the time and they really value it. But the ad is to get more people that are kind of on the fence or like want to try this experience and like, maybe this could help me. Maybe this could sort out some of my shit that I don't understand about myself. Maybe this psychic person has information that I need, right? Maybe. But how are we dealing with that person that's on the fence with this ad, right? Are we addressing their objections? Are we addressing their concerns? Are we showing them incredible amounts of value? Are we showing them what the outcomes look like? No. So if this ad is to target people that are marginal or iffy buyers or big maybes, they're maybes. If you're trying to nudge a maybe, you need to come with addressing why they're a maybe, not just throwing your big old name up there and being like, you know, I'm the best one in town. That's just not good enough. So maybe the other way to deal with this too is throw some third-party stuff in here, which maybe is a different ad, right? That would be a reputation remarketing ad that would say, you know, Madam V, top-rated internet psychic, you know, over 300 celebrity clients, something like that, right? That could be on there. And then you say, oh, I'm not crazy. All these other smart people that are doing amazing things are using this tool in their lives to get an advantage, get an edge, okay? So, good things to consider with this one. Again, I think this was a pretty awesome learning experience. I think that there's a lot to see and understand here and take away, and some caution, and some encouragement for all of us smart advertisers. Get your butt in gear and start running some ads and start learning about how to do it well, which is what this is all about this year on this channel. So if you're enjoying this and you're learning, like the video and smash the like button, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We're gonna keep unpacking these ads and learning from big brands, small brands, local, and we're gonna do some print and digital and everything else. So I cannot wait to see you on the next one at Quick and Dirty.